So, making this video because I'm kind of upset about an incident today at a local park, Falls Township Community Park. Um, Hundreds of people there today. Rode my bike there with a little Tinkerbell here in a basket in the back of my bike. And I came across a fawn, a really young fawn that was up against a fence, surrounded by people screaming and screaming, clearly in distress. And so I picked it up, and I seen that it was really emanciated, and the tip of the ears were curled back, and that's a clear sign of a dehydrated fawn. For a lot of people that don't know this, if the tips of the ears are curled back, that means that the fawn has not had any nourishment for a day or longer, and the mother's not coming to get it. This was not in a wooded area. It was not near a field. It was 3 feet away from a walking path, and like I said, there was hundreds of people. So, you know, I called a friend, to come and pick me up. I was like 5 miles away from my house, and but nobody would help me. Nobody would help wheel my bike. I'm trying to wheel my bike with little Tinkerbell here in the back basket and hold the fawn at the same time. And I had to walk about 3/4 of a mile to get to the parking lot. And there was all these comments. Oh, you're supposed to leave the fawn where, the mother will come back for it. The mother doesn't come back all the time. The mother could have deemed the fawn sick, and she wasn't going to nurse it any longer. She was going to concentrate on maybe a second fawn that she had. It could have got hit by a car because this area is, not very far, I guess a couple hundred yards, if that, from a highway. And a doe certainly wouldn't come looking for it in a wide open area with hundreds of people. That fawn, I didn't even get to it right away. I heard it screaming from quite a distance away and saw what was happening. And I did say take some pictures, but I didn't take video because I was more concerned about scooping up the fawn and getting it help. It did wind up at a wildlife rehabilitation center, and that volunteer, oh my God, the way she screamed and barked at me and told me to put it back. And then when I got there, an hour later, it took me an hour to get there, she wanted me to bring it back to the park with the hundreds of people, leave it out in the open, wide open area up against a fence. Like, sure, I'm going to go do that. And then I called the wildlife center and talked to the manager about when I got home. So let's just say like an hour and a half after I dropped off the fawn. And she admitted that the fawn was dehydrated and it needed to be rescued, and apologized. But I guess the moral of this whole story is stick to your guns. If you think you're doing the right thing, or I knew I was doing the right thing, I was 100% because I've rescued many animals in the past. So I knew I was right. Just from experience and being old, as you could see, I'm old enough to know better. Go with your instincts, because I guess if you care about animals, then, it's a judgment call. And that's what it was today. Even though it was like the mob mentality, what creates that environment, I have no idea. But not a single person helped wheel my bike, offer me a ride home so I could bring the fawn earlier to the wildlife center. I had to wait for somebody to come and get me, and that just caused more stress on the fawn, but it lived. I didn't think it was going to, but it lived. It got fluids, it's going to be cared for, and it's alive. And that's a good feeling at the end of the day.